We're back. Let's dive into the Missouri governor's race with our roundtable of journalists. Please welcome back Brian Ellison, host contributor with KCUR, and KMBC9 political reporter Michael Mahoney. All right, gentlemen, let's start with Lieutenant Governor Mike Kehoe. He's still trying to figure out his crime plan, apparently. A tentpole of his campaign listed off some possibilities, but nothing set in stone just yet.
Right. The possibilities, increased prosecutions for fentanyl, although it's not totally clear how the governor is responsible for those prosecutions, increased funding for officers, but again, not specific where that money will come from. It is, I think, a mark of the kind of the state of this campaign that the Republican candidate for governor does not have to have a detailed plan worked out in advance, can simply say there is a plan, it's under development, and that's probably going to carry some weight with voters.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's ironic that this late in the campaign, just a couple of weeks before Election Day, and the voting's already underway in Missouri, that he's had and has been talking about a day one crime plan since before the primary. Right. So it's hard to believe that he doesn't have it fleshed out. Yeah,
says that he's working with local and state law enforcement, looking at other states, something we'll stay on top of for sure. A Democratic challenger, House Minority Leader Crystal Quade, says that having a functioning government is her top priority so that they can do the work of the people of Missouri. How do the experience levels of both candidates match up here?
Well, Quade has been in the House and has been the minority leader for some time. And in a job like that, you do have to work across the aisles, especially in a situation where you've got a Republican supermajority on the other side. So she knows how to work a legislature. Now, Mike Kehoe was also a state senator before he was elevated to lieutenant governor. But I believe Quade probably has a little bit more lifting experience, because in order to get something done, as she said during the interview, she's got to be willing sometimes not to take credit for it, but reach across the aisle on it.
I think that's definitely true. I do think it's worth noting just how different it would be to be a Democratic governor facing a Republican, potentially supermajority in the legislature, than it has been for her to work as the minority leader in the House, where every little victory, every little compromise is a win. It would be very different if she were governor.
That, and it was really interesting when you asked her that question. She really did pause for a moment to think about her answer, and then she came up with the function of government. I thought it was an interesting answer, and one that didn't sound canned to me.
Abortion is the elephant in the room, especially this election season. How does that play out? We saw Lieutenant Governor Kehoe say, kind of imply that the legislature might have more to do if Amendment 3 passes.
I don't think there's any question about that. I think we have not heard the end of conversations around abortion legislation, and as you heard Lieutenant Governor Kehoe say, we will work with the tools we have. He is ready to sign legislation that would test the boundaries of any protection of abortion rights. Crystal Quade, on the other hand, unequivocal in her support for abortion rights, unclear how effective she'd be in stopping the legislature from taking actions.
What could we expect, do you think?
If Kehoe wins here, it'll be interesting to see his income tax plan, number one, that he's been using Arthur Laffer and Jim Talent to, Laffer in particular was instrumental in the Kansas experiment under Sam Brownback. So we'll see how that goes. The state of Missouri has been marching towards lower taxes, especially the income tax, for some time.
We asked the Lieutenant Governor about that in our full interview you can see online at KMBC.com. Michael Mahoney, Brian Ellison, thank you very much.